Hi, it's Laura Giles with Pan Society. Did you get what you needed to navigate through life from school? I know I didn't, but I can tell you what I didn't get and how to get it. So stay tuned and I'll be right back. Did you ever go on a tour and see trinkets all over the place that you wouldn't pay a dollar for? Then you go to a demonstration of how papyrus is made, or how onyx or alabaster is cut, or how weaving is done, and then suddenly the thing that you thought was worthless becomes a priceless work of art. Nature is like that. You have to learn its value. Unfortunately, for most of us, this isn't something we learn from school. School prepares us for getting a job. It gives us basic levels of skills to work with. And while that's important, in my opinion, what you need for life is sovereignty, connection, and oneness. And do you know where you can get that? From nature. Yep, nature will teach us what we need to know, but first we have to get to know her. Hopefully, we're all getting outside on a regular basis. Every day we probably pass by things without seeing them or knowing of what use they are. Every plant has energy. If you know what the energy is, you can use it to help you stay healthy, heal illness, or manifest the things that you want. When we get to know these energies, we get to know more about what is available to us in the form of helpers and resources. I know that we can feel helpless and without resources if we don't have money, but money isn't the only resource. There are tons of resources all around us. For instance, lots of the things we think of as weeds are edible. They're nutritious. We just have to look around to see how abundant nature is and see how well she takes care of us. This can help us to feel more grateful, more resourceful, and more not alone. Another thing that plants do is provide shelter and food for other animals. Everything gives a little something and takes a little something. That's an example of reciprocity. So nature's a teacher. She's teaching us how to live. And one of that things is how to maintain balance. When we were in Peru, when someone felt sick from the altitude, our guide would just pluck some plants from the roadside and say, "Here, inhale this," or "Here, chew this." Medicine and food is all around us, but we don't see it because it doesn't look like a tomato or come wrapped in plastic, and that's how we've learned to think of food. But the earth is abundant, and when you know this, you're more likely to feel blessed and want to protect it for yourself or others. At Pan, we talk about sovereignty. Sovereignty is knowing how to take care of yourself. If you knew all the uses for plants, that would go a long way in helping you to create that ability. The next thing is connection. The process of learning about this creates connection to these plants. You could go about it by reading a book, but if you undertake it in an experiential way, you're going to create a relationship with the plants that'll be far deeper than reading a book or taking a course. The added benefit is that you're going to feel that you're not alone. For me, that's a huge benefit. Loneliness is epidemic in this culture. I know people are scary and unpredictable, but maybe it's not so easy to connect with them. But it's always easy and safe to connect with plants. When you can look up at the night sky and feel yourself surrounded by a million brothers and sisters in the universe, from the human, plant, animal, and mineral kingdoms, you're never going to feel lonely again. A lot of Native American, African, and probably other cultures have stories about plants and animals. And they end with something like, "And that's why the crow was black," or "That's why people eat honey." They're tales that instruct young ones on the properties and energies of the world around them. Stories teach. They're easier to remember than trying to cram a bunch of data into your head from books. If you like this approach, you can research nature stories from various traditions, or you can just go outside and observe. Look at the clouds, the moon, the plants, or the animals. Notice the patterns. If you pay attention and keep at it long enough, you're going to start to know things like whether it's going to be a wet or a dry year, or if it's going to rain today. It's the little things. The little things can make life meaningful, happy, easy, or miserable. We know these little things, and they add up to certainty. That makes us more secure and less anxious and afraid. When we talk about the wheel of life, you see it all around you in the plants, and it deepens your connection and spirituality. That's what I'm talking about. It all adds to the greater understanding. So start with what's easy. Get outside, observe, learn from nature. I'm giving you a bit of a cheat sheet right here. I might not have got them all right because it's hard to tell sometimes what trees are without seeing the bark. So I knew what they were when I took the picture, but later it was like, whoops, what's that? So maybe you can tell me. And let me know how your forays into nature goes. Thanks for tuning in. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe if you benefited from the video. Thanks and ciao.